Alright, we're filming these back to back because I'm traveling soon to go play No, I'm traveling and I gotta have some fun. I don't know why I'm giving you a bit of my a bit of insights to my life story. But anyways, I played game 4 with Esther, who was a girl, the first girl I ever played over the board. So you know, I was yeah. Okay, let's go. We played at 4 p.m. It's a 90-minute plus 30-second increment. Okay, I had the black pieces. It's the second game of the day. And then she played d4. And I've never played d4 over the board. So what I prepared for d4 was a Nimso Indian or an early c5 if they played the London. And she played the London. And I played c5, almost the London. I mean, the knight has to be here, but she kind of delayed it for a move, so I played c5 anyways. And now she came to play solid, so she defended the pawn, and I didn't come to play solid. I came to destroy, because this game went bad, so I was pretty tilted. So I came here to try to play solid, but also attacking. So I went queen here, early queen, to put pressure on that pawn, and just create some chaos. And she was ready to trade queens. She was extremely confident in her endgame abilities, and she wanted to trade queens. She didn't care the fact that I wanted to come and attack that pawn. She didn't play like queen c2, maybe bishop here, line up an attack on this pawn in the future, knight here, nothing like that. Just trade queens. You want to trade queens? Open up my file? Sure. And that's exactly what I did. That's what happens when you don't come in prep. You don't have a lot of time to calculate so much in the opening. So I took, and that was already a blunder. So in my first game I blundered the opening, and second game I did the same thing. She took, I pushed, and because I pushed, she won a pawn. Takes my knight, rook takes, and then pawn. But she did it in a different order. She did check here, didn't even try to trade all my pieces away from me. King here, and now I barely have any pieces to play with as well. So here apparently computer wants, after it takes, she took with here to not damage this structure. After this, she played here, and I had one more chance, but I didn't see it. So I did see the rook coming here, but I thought I couldn't prepare it yet, but computer wants it anyways. And here the best move for her is to go back to a3. But if I baited her to take, now I can just attack the rook. If the rook takes again, this is unstoppable. And now this rook is also pinned. So after I say take this, who's saving that rook? How's the knight moving? By the time I get all of these pieces, it'll be too late. So here she has to play f3. Stop the knight from coming in. So that was my only chance of redemption. And I don't want to go through the whole game because it was 140 moves, 70 each side, so 140 total moves. And yeah, none of this happened. Instead, I decided to, I don't even know, I decided to go here. She went out, I decided to go here, and she just played solid and went back to this square. And then castled and played, and I didn't have any play, to be honest. I did a pawn storm here, ended up hanging my own knight, and like move 50 out of a lack of overextension and lack of space for my knight to be on other squares. This, I can say, was definitely one of the worst games I've ever played. I mean, blundering in the opening just a clean pawn, and then my opponent being so precise in the rest of the game is not a nice feeling. So that game, that day, I ended up with 0 for 2. So now our score is 2 wins, 2 losses, but 2 more games to go. 2 more games to go, and the games are tomorrow, so it's 3 days back to back. So I went home, didn't talk to anyone, went straight to bed and just rested. Rest in peace, send prayers for pawns, and I just rested. And I wanted to go fresh for my game tomorrow and just analyze the games for today, because every loss is a good learning experience. I now know how to play against the London again, which I would have never known. If I won this game, I would have probably reviewed as well, but losing helps you review all your options and makes it even better. So yeah, it was a good takeaway. Today was not a good day, but It is what it is. We'll try to perform tomorrow. So see you at game number 5.